This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, good morning, friends. This is Mahesh Kumar once again. And yesterday we have just going through some, security, identity, and compliance sort of things. And this is we have study about IAM, identity and access management, and we have study about what Cognito is all about, and we have also studied about inspectors, KMS, and SSO sort of things. So today we are going to demonstrate about the practical sort of things so that you can easily understand what it's all about and how can you work on this sort of security compliance sort of issues on the AWS environment. So first of all, we have to going for the security. First part is IAM. And IAM basically is the identity and access management, and you have to just create the number of users into this, and then the different users are going to just log into the AWS console with a different way. First of all, the CLI command line interface, and you can just log in through the SDK software development kit sort of things, and then the third way you can just going through the GUI mode, graphical user interface, just like we have opened the this sort of interface, so you can just log into this sort of interfaces. So these are the three types of access the console or the sources we can use in the AWS environment. So we are just talking about into this the GUI graphical user interface of the different users. How can we create the user groups and permissions and roles? This sort of things we are just going to implement into this. So let's get started about the IAM rules. So first of all, you have to just go for it. That security, security and identity compliance. This is the console of AWS, right? So first thing is IAM, identity and access management, going to this. And in this, we have just need to create some users, and then the users are going to log in to a different resources with the different permissions and roles as well, right? So as you can say that this is the dashboard of this particular IAM and access management. Okay, and this is the links which is already inside this AWS console, and we have already created the 4 users, 1 groups, and 14 roles, and identity providers 0, and customer managed policies are 8, right? So we have to just create another sort of thing. So first of all, we can just do one thing is we need to create some other users, or we can just have my groups sort of things. So because first of all, we need to create a group. So I will just need to create it. Create 11. Okay, so this is the group we have just created. You need to create, and we have to just attach a policy. What type of attach the policy you would like to attach this particular group? So you have different multiple options, like you have to just go for the Amazon EC2 full access or administrator access, or you have different policies you can attach same time, and you can also attach sort of policies later on as well. But these options are available, so you can just going as per your requirement, as your company and corporate requirement sort of things, right? So what we can do it, we are just going to enable policy attachment into this particular group is Amazon EC2 full access. So whatever the group, whatever the users are into this particular group, they have the policy automatically attached with this sort of things, right? So we need to create some 2 groups, EC2 full access and also administrator access. We have just going to provide attach the 2 policies, right, and create a group. So this is the MK create 3011 to 2018. This is the groups we have created. So there is no users inside this, and there is no inherent policies applied just because of there is no users inside this, right? And these are the time is showing to you. So we need to create the users, okay, and then we have to map this particular users to the. So these are the 4 groups I have created yesterday, right? So I have just created right away. This is the Sachin. This is the one user, and you can create multiple number of users. Rahul. These are the some different names. Whatever the name would be, the accessible the users, you can just provide different names, or you have just provide some different group name, like your DevOps environment, your purchase, sales, or whatever the groups you can create, and the whatever the users are inside this, you can just create the number of users inside this. And the second things would be these are the 5 steps process is all about we're just talking about. So the access type, these are the users. The Sachin and Rahul will be accessing the programmatic access. The XID or secret key, their users are able to access through the AWS API, application programmable interface, CLI or SDK sort of things. So these are the some what access through the deployment tool sort of tools. If you would like to deployment some of the packages sort of things, and you're just going to access the resources from the CLI command line interface, so then you can just going to uh, enable it. Okay, and if you would like to go for the AWS management console sort of things, like we are just able to open the what GUI console. So this that sort of what things are need to provide what enable it. This sort of things. And another option is basically auto-generated password, or you can just provide some custom password as well. So I'm just going to create my own password. Okay, and you can also go for the generated password as well, and then you can show password, and the required password, they said you just also enable it. If you would like to change the password, same sort of things, the users can change the password for the next login, right? And then we have to go for the permission sort of things. So what type of permissions you would like to apply on it? So first of all, we have just already created the groups, right? In this group, this is the group we have created, and already the permissions which we have provided, full permission of administrator access and also EC2 full access sort of things, right? So these are the two policies we have already applied to the particular group. So if you just map all the two users with the specific number in this particular group. So these are the part, and you can also copy existing and sort of things. You can just do it. And this is 8 key. This is an okay. So whatever the keys, you can just apply it. It is requirement once we're working on different sort of things later on. So this is MK one we have just provided. This is also manageable sort of things, right? So these are the what all sort of things. Sachin and Rahul are the two users, and access type, their programmatic access and or AWS management console, they can use it, and the password the custom, because they will have to change once they are log into the required password is set. Yes. Okay, and permission bound is not set till now, right? And this is the group we have created, and these are some values, right? So we have just created the users. Okay, so the Sachin and Rahul, these are the two users, right? And if you would like to go for it, and they have different sort of things we have already applied on it, and you have two options available. Send an email to the specific user Sachin and the Rahul, and you can just go for the download the CSV file, and then the things are available on the CSV file. So it's very easier to manage sort of things, right? So you can just save the file, and then you can just operand file, and then you can find out the all sort of informations, right? So we are going to close it. Okay, and what we have done it, this is our dashboard again, and we have 6 users. Before it was 4, and we have 2 groups right now, right? And we have applied 2 policies, right? So these are 6 policies, and now it is 8 policies, and we have not provided anything rules. So whatever the policies, we have different rules. So we have to go in for the groups, so we can create the groups, right? And we have mapped the specific users to the groups. Okay, so these are the Sachin and sort of these are the what Sachin and the Rahul, they are the 2 users, and they have some different what grouping is there, and they have providing accessibility, access key age is also provided, the password age is provided, and the last activity and what sort of things is available. So these are another part of the storage roles. What's going to, what are the roles you just going to provide them? So you have just created role here. Okay, and what sort of roles you would like to go for them? So we have to go for the EC2 instances sort of things on your behalf. Okay, or another AWS account. If you would like to go for the third-party sort of accounts, you can just go for it. And web identity, Cognito sort of things, you can just open it. This is this sort of permissions you can just gonna provide to the particular specific users. And if you have your own corporate account, like if you are using your own domain controllers of Active Directory sort of thing, so you can just go for this particular federations ID as SML, right? So in this, we have just going for the AWS service, and this is the EC2 sort of instances on your behalf. And then we have to go for the permission sort of things, and EC2 have a different sort of permissions are available, right? This is the EC2 permissions, and what sort of permissions we just going to provide to the specific users inside this. So what the users can access, right? This it is access the user is access the EC2 sort of things, right? So we have first of all go for this and just search it out. So the users can, doing some sort of EC2 report access. This is a full permissions, right? We can just apply on this is Amazon EC2 full access. The permission policies for the two users provide full access to Amazon EC2 sort of things, and we just provide the tags. Okay. Okay. So these are the tags we had just provided. Okay, and create a role name. So I just create AMK create and 30 11 2018. Okay, so these are the roles created, and these are the policies are implemented with this some sort of things, and these are the key values is also available. So you can just create a role. Right. So we have just already created these rules, and these are the what are the permissions inside this, right? So the first thing is you need to understand what is rules and what is policies and what is permissions all about, right? So those are what type of roles. Is this a user? It's backup user. It is a EC2 instance. What server administrator, or these are some of the roles. And in the roles, what type of permissions, what he can do inside this particular role. Suppose a database administrator is able to put a database, get the database, and upload the database, or but he cannot delete the database sort of things. So these are the permissions inside this particular sort of things, what he can do, right? So we have just provided what the EC2 full access and what he can do inside this particular. So these are the permissions. He can just do CloudWatch, EC2 auto scaling, ELB sort of things, IAM sort of things, limited sort of things, and these are the what sort of permissions and what sort of things he can just doing once we provide sort of roles to the user, right? And the trust relationship is once it is required to the different entity is right. Suppose you have just different federations IDs, so this is the trust relationship sort of thing, so you can just going to move it. And this is the tax is all about, so you just already provide a tax for that entity. What identity you can just want to provide in access advisor and revoke sessions, so you can just have the options all available to revoke the sessions. And these are the some what the code of this particular permission. So you have just apply, deny, allow sort of things, and the policy creations, the tokenized access ID. So those sort of things you can just make some modifications once you are comfortable with all sort of things, right? So these are some roles we have created, and these we are just talking about some policies, which policies you need to create. So this is a AWS administrator access sort of policies, and what inside these policies. So whatever the person, if you provide this sort of apply the policies to the specific groups, right? So what the users can do, the users can do these sort of things, right? The users can they gateway and also Steam and all sort of things, they can do it. So the roles are what big things, and the policies, what policies will be applied to the specific groups or sort of things, right? So these things are important. So you have just applied these sort of things as per the requirement. Yeah, this is the requirement. This needs to be accessible. This is the goal of the particular specific user, different department, and then what type of permissions it is required. Suppose you hired a solution architect in your company, and you just provided roles that he's a solution architect for the company, right? And he can just administer access. But what the administrator accesses permissions are available, right? And what policies will be applied to the particular specific solution architect same time. So that sort of things you need to understand, that what kind of environment you have, and what permissions, what rules, and what policies you need to be applied. So this is the what difference of sort of things, and you can just make some what granular control over the what resources, what he can do and what needs to be done, right? And also the identity providers, different identity providers you will just find out. So we have not covered it till now. So these are the some account settings. So what permission, what allow users to change their password on, and these are the sort of things you can just do it. Require at least one number and what at least local actor. So what your password length is all about. So you can just mention sort of things in password expiration sort of things, and this is a very simple things. You can just apply it. You just click on it and then you can apply it, the sort of things. So okay, so that's all. That is not what too much things about it. So you can just whatever you have just created the the users groups and policies, all sort of things. You can just find out all the what a download report, and you can just provide to the specific your administrator or your the who is over is going to audit your cloud architecture sort of things, right? This is another option is available, the encryption keys. So you have just create some encryption keys, right? So this is the such this is the users which I'm creating earlier, not I think today. This is 30, so today is 29. I have already created one of the users of. So it's very simple. What, create a key and just apply the keys to the particular aliases and add tags and define the administrative permissions, what permissions to require this key, and define key usage, and this sort of policies you can just apply it. So we can going to create. So these are some what simple tasks you can just doing it and just create some sort of things, and these are some advanced options are available. This is the key, the key which we are going to create, the aliases which you're going to create. It's a key management service. It will be handling all sort of things, or is your external key is going to use it external outside of the premises of the AWS environment. You can use this particular key. Okay, this is the KMS key, and this you can just provide some sort of tags to what understand is which we're talking about, and what sort of permissions. Suppose we are just going to provide something Sachin and what Rahul sort of permissions, right? This is the path, this is the root access, root permissions, right, of the user. Okay, and define the key permissions. So we already provide the key permissions, right? And these are the some what modifications of your key is all about. So you can just make some changes if you would like to go for it. This is the IAM, this is a root ID, and this is the your account ID is all about. And the permissions allow factors, the allow is also we have just providing it. So if you are very good coder, then you can just make some changes over there. So the put command, git command, or also the describes KMS create, these sort of what permissions you can just do it once you going to use it. So it will be created for us Sachin, and then it is pending import sort of things, and you can just import sort of things once it is requirement, right? So search it, and then you can just download wrapping key and import token. You can just download the key, and then you can just going to upload sort of things, and then you can use it. So that is all about this particular IAM is all about the dashboard. We have just check all sort of things and how the users can log in. I will just provide you some sort of things that this is the what copied, and then you can just going to log in with this particular web link. This is the web link we just talking about. Once because we are what logged in with the P Pavan Kumar, right? This is your local administrator root of this particular things, and then we are going here, and this is a testing ID 2. This is already name. So the name is what is showing there is testing 12 sort of things, right? You can just get some modifications if you would like to go for it. Okay, so if you would like to, we have to log into the particular specific user. So we have just create some user name Sachin or Rahul. We can just go for the Rahul first of all, because I already created Sachin. Rahul, right? And then we have to go for some password which I'm providing to the user. So we already mentioned that the user will be, once it is login, then it is going to change the password. So this is our AWS account ID. So if you would like to check, this is our same account ID which we're talking about. This is once we go into the root, and then we will check this whether it is configured with the same account ID or not, right? So this is old password. We have to just going to provide here, and then we have to provide some ASD, and then right. So we have just what provide this new password to the user. and then the user can log into the Rahul sort of things. Okay, so it is bind with the testing 12. It is our account, right? And then the user is IAM user is all about, Rahul is all about, and this is the map with the account 12 account ID. And what permissions we have provided, it is all, he can only use it. Those permissions, those policies will be applied on the particular specific user, and the users can log into the mobile as well. So okay, mobile apps, he can also use it to take a look on this. So these sort of things, then users can do it. These the EC2 sort of things, and if we can provide the users as an administrator access all sort of things, then he can use any features on this particular AWS. So we have different features, policies, in permissions, roles we can provide to the specific users, and then we can just granular control over the user resources over the AWS, right? So we are just going to logged out again, and we can also switch the roles and my credentials, security credentials, and this dashboard, billing dashboard, he will take a look or not take a look. So you're just providing what control the financial sort of department, so the billing sort of things, and you just provide some control over different roles of the users, and you can just provide some granularity control over the resource at the same time. So this is our Rahul account of the IAM which we have created. So we have a specific policy, specific permissions, and sort of things we have just created. So if you would like to go for a sign in again, yes, just okay. So this is the same account ID 12, and this is IAM user is showing and password. But we have to going to the root account. We need to log in. So once we are going to the root account, the account ID is not available. Username is not available. So username and password is also available, right? So just take a look. Okay, so same email ID which we are providing, and the password is, wait a second, yeah, there it is. And then we are just going to log in the specific root account, right? So it is not recommended you to just log into the root account always. We have the specific users created on the IAM, and then we can just make some provide some policies, permissions, all sort of things, and then users can log into the specific user. Okay, so we are just going to some different account, different things as well. Okay. Okay, so we are just going for the inspector again, right? This we have just what study yesterday, that what the inspector can do the inspections of them in network sort of things, right? So this is our dashboard of inspector. So first of all, what sort of the import findings this is all about, and inspector, I mean, in ability to analyze the behavior of AWS resources and helps you to identify potential security issues. So whatever you have just created on your AWS environment, so it will just check the vulnerabilities on your AWS account and provide some what potential security issues. So these are issues that happen, and you need to take care of it, right? So first of all, we have to going for the assessment of targets. So you are just going to create a target that what I need to find out. So this is our first thing. Okay. 2018. So include all instances in this AWS region, right? We can just go for it. So it will just check the vulnerabilities of all the EC2 instances which we have created till now, right? And then we have to going to save it. Okay, so this is our first of all, the target assignment is MK create is 12. So we are just going to install this particular what EC2 instances, the what agent on the EC2 instances. So these are the two targets. We have created the two instances, right, in our environment, like, and these are the IP address of the systems, and these are the instances ID is all about. So the agent is also what install some agents under the particular two EC2 instances same time. Okay, so we are just going to assign many templates at the same times. So we are just going to create a template. So what the commands we have just going to done the what agent on the particular agent, and this command is successfully run on our EC2 instance at the same time, right? So it will show some vulnerabilities later on. So we have to provide some name of the template same time. Okay, so target name is we have to just provide some targets, and so we have just created this target, right? We have just created the template, and when we have to then this particular template, right? So we have to provide a target name we have already created, right? And then the rules, what type of rules you would like to go for. It's network reachability, security, best practices, runtime behavior analysis, common vulnerabilities and exposures, and CIS. So what type of vulnerabilities you would like to go for it. So on this particular target and areas. So you can common vulnerabilities, whatever your company is suggesting, and you are just going to use it, right? So it is duration of 1 hour, 15, 12 hours, 24 hours. For how much duration you would like to go for this particular vulnerabilities will be working on this environment. Okay, so you can just create MK 30 2018. Right, so assessment every 7 days it will be running same time, right? And then it will be great. So it is your as a set assessment is going to template is going to be run same time. Okay, so we just going to run the assessment same time. It's okay. So these I think this one we have just created. So we are going to run this assessment right now to check the test results. What is inside this? We just have to just take a look at what we have. So we have just provided target areas. We know that. So these are some errors going on. The assessment then could not execute at this time. There is no targeted instances are available for the selected assumptions. Okay. Okay. Then command successfully used to install the Amazon agent. You can install agent status by choosing preview target button on the systems, and then you can command access. So we have not provided some instances into this. That is why it is getting some error message. So the systems are working. I think that we have just take a look that instances are working absolutely fine, and then we have just take at the target again, right? VPS exclusions, which is going to take a look. Agent not found under the inspector, right? Okay, okay, that's good. Install or is it install? We have providing sort of answers. So these, if you just take a look that we have just okay, we have two instances are working same time, right? This is T2 micro, and also this is MK create Windows OS. So we have to what instance is working on EC2 instances, and or the vulnerabilities are what applied on this both agent is also installed on the on both systems same time. So this is the CloudWatch, and it which you just take a rule that what need to be applied to the particular inspector. Some sort of things. I just take a look, and this is the assessment is also we have just applied yesterday. So you can just take a look that what type of assessment is all about. So you have to just providing some specific target group same time. Okay, so the target area is one template we have just created and also applied to the particular specific things, and this is the target area, and then we have to go for the findings same time. So what are the findings is all about, right? So these are the target things. Wait a second, we are just creating the report as well. So just wait a second, I'm just going to create some report for you. Network template is all about. So this is the dashboard we have created, and this is the report which we have created yesterday. I have just created some reports. No, we don't have to go to CloudWatch same time. Check it. First of all, we just have to go for some more targets is all about. EC2 instances, right? We applied on the include all these instances in the AWS region, and then install agent and run command. So it is going to install the agent and review the targets. We have 2 targets are available, right? These are some unknown sort of things, and successfully in this particular, and what command brief target install agents. Yeah, then we have to move to the different one. This template is what we is talking about. Okay, and then we have just created the target group areas, and the last run it is not run, that's why the report is not generated, right? So we just take a look of yesterday report that we have just created this particular thing. So we just going to check out why it is not going to run. So we are just going to again run this command, and then we have to check whether it is working. It is running on this particular target areas, and in this target areas we need to provide some the instances same time. So there is some errors going on. So input all EC2 instances at AWS account and region. So there may be some issues, I think. I don't know why. All right. So there may be some issues in this particular, because it is running on this particular EC2 instances, but it is not gonna applied on the same time. So we just take a look at what happened, but the same time which have run 1 hour ago, and this is the assessment target area, and it is created on instances sort of things. So the template is also running same time. So we need just take a look at what is going on in this particular thing. Okay, let's say embed and check it. And these are some findings which I have just created yesterday. So there may be some assessment issues could not be executed at this time, right? This is not about execute. There is no targeted assistance instances available for the selected assessment template error. Run command successfully issued on the store and Amazon Inspector agent. Okay, so agent is installed on the systems, but you can check the agent status by checking choose the power preview target button by previewing the system manager and command console on more details. So it is applied on those all sort of things, right? But it is not going to be showing us. So what we want to do it, we just export all the columns, all the things, and we can just take a look at what's going on. So these sort of results you will be find out that there is any vulnerabilities is there on your existing things, are these network reachability, network sort of things, and then this is high, low, and what sort of things. So you can easily understand what's going on with this machine and what we're going to change it. So these are the some template is running, and then you can just take a look at what's going on with all instances, and this type of report is also created. Right. So you just get a downloaded a report. Wait a second. So it is a PDF format. So generate a full report, right? or you can just findings report, you can just also create it. So we're just going to create a full report, and this is your PDF. Okay, so this is the type of report, Amazon Inspector Assessment Report, full report, right? And then you can just find out the vulnerabilities of your network vulnerabilities or system vulnerabilities or all sort of things you will just find out into this, right? So network reachability is there or not there, and what type of instances are available. These are the two type of instances is all about we're just talking about. Okay, so you will just take a look, there's all sort of information you will just find out, right? This is the network reachability sort of informations, the security descriptions, recommendations, failed instances. So all sort of information you will just take a report, and what is all about the 22 port number and 389's recommendation for the security groups, all that sort of things. So it will be help you to what auditing of your internal what AWS resources, accounts, and everything, so that easily you can just map it out. This is the what loopholes of your AWS accounts, and then you can just make some changes of your network and system vulnerability sort of things, and you can just going to do it sort of things, right? So these is the things are will be available, and you can just provide same report to your audit, ISO audit, or different kinds of audit has been happened to your company, and then they will be satisfied that this particular report. So there is no what different tools are available, but you have this going to for the one feature of the inspector, and then you can just what make some changes into this and then find out the report as well, right? So that is all about a particular dashboard. We have just created some what different dashboard, and then we have just created a target area. So we have to, in this target area, we have to just add some what different EC2 instances same time, and then you can just create a template same time, and then you just execute this template, and the agent will be installed on your EC2 instances, and then what the all the what analysis will be coming your assessment areas. But there was a problem in which you have created. That's because of there is no last time, and there is no some instances are created, but we already make some created instances. But we are just, if you just working on it, then you will definitely go for it. And any issues, let me know, right? So this is assessment runs, and then you just find out the particular report that what's going on, this high, medium, what sort of issues has happened, and then you can just take a findings all about. Okay, the inspectors basically it is used for what checking the vulnerabilities same time.
Hello,
Yes.
Mahesh, can you stop here today, please? I have some emergency because I have to go to hospital. So
Okay,
if you could,
okay. So I'm just going to stop this particular web class today, and tomorrow I think this is on leave, and Monday I'm taking the leave. So once we are available again, and then we were just going for some more what Cognito sort of things and different what
Mahesh,
tools.
how many days it will take to complete the rest all course?
It will take another 2 days, my dear friends. Because it will take another 2 days because database part is only one part is pending, and everything is done from my end.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so we are just going to wrap up this class, and then we will just going to start these sessions again on database part, right? Thank you for your
Okay,
time.
thanks.